just to run you down what NSPM7 is. So it's tasking all of federal law enforcement to prioritize domestic terrorism. And the way that you go after terrorism is different than normal crime fighting. Ordinary crime fighting, a crime has already been committed, and then you go and work backwards to try to find evidence of who committed the crime, and then you charge them. In the case of terrorism, you're basically getting into pre-crime because you are trying to preempt the attack. Those indicators it lists very explicitly as anti-Christianity, anti-Americanism, I think one was traditional family values. So like sweeping categories that I imagine would cover millions and millions of people. And there's this lazy response by the media, one to say, oh, you can't, there's no law for domestic terrorism. So again, it's a little bit subtle. They're correct. That's narrowly true. There's no domestic terrorism statute. That doesn't mean the FBI can't investigate domestic terrorism. That means they can open up cases with this very light predicate that I just described, these so-called indicators. So that is what the terrorism charge allows them to do. Maybe you won't face charges for it in court, but the FBI can look at you and then find other charges that they could actually bring against you.
Groups like the DSA might think, okay, well, we don't, obviously we're completely nonviolent, so we don't have anything to fear. But it says groups that foment political violence before they result in violent political acts. And then, as you say, the list is anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support for the overthrow of the U.S. government, extremism on migration. So, anyone who supports more liberal immigration policies, extremism on race, anyone who says racism exists, extremism on gender, anyone who's pro-transgender, hostility towards, as you said, traditional American views on family, religion, or morality. So broad that it captures basically everyone to the left of MAGA. You can imagine if the front page of the New York Times said Trump orders all state resources towards massive crackdown on all beliefs other than his own, people would wake up. But there's an editorial choice made. And I think one of the reasons you've been something of I say this as a compliment, a broken record on this this directive, is because you're pleading with people to treat this with the seriousness that objectively it demands.